Good morning one and all. We are going to see the PHP data types. So, in PHP we are having various kind of data. So, data types means variables can store data of different data types. Different types, what is types? The values can be assigned in the variables. Variable may have different kind of data. How come the data can be stored under the variables? So, variables are having some different storage areas for every data. PHP supports total 8 primitive data types. One is integer, the second one is floating, third one is point numbers or float we can call, fourth one is strings, fifth one is boolean, sixth one is array, seventh one is object data type, the last one is resource and null data type. PHP data types are classified into three categories. One is scalar, the second category is compound, the third category is special. What is scalar? Scalar can store a single number characters like boolean, integer, float and string characters are coming under scalar. There must be some measurement for that. So, in the boolean data type can store the boolean variables. So, boolean data are stored under this kind of variables. Integer values are going to store under integer variables. Float is normally along with that coming with points. What is that? Integer along coming with that decimal points. How many decimal points it is that is going to be considered by the float variable. Then the string constants are nothing but the continuity of the all alphabets under double quotes. Compound data type is a second category. It contains two types. One is array, another one is objects. We know about array. Array is a stack type of data type. It can store a similar kind of values. Object is another one kind of data type. The third one is special. Special data type is two types. One is null, another one is resource data type. Now, we are going to see elaborately about that scalar data type. The first one is boolean. Boolean, we know that bool is nothing but two type of values will be there, either it may be false or true. True or false, it is going to be considered by some conditions. If the condition is true, the value is 1. The condition is false, the value will be 0. So, true and false, these are all the two data is going to store under this data type. So, the result can be stored under the data type according to that. Here in this example, you can see n is equal to 0. If n value is less than 1, then display the content hello world. So, the condition is going to be checked down whether it is true or not. If the condition is satisfied, then it is going to display the value hello world. The next one is integer. Integers are nothing but the whole numbers. Whole numbers may be negative number as well as positive number, 0, everything is going to be considered as a whole number. So, integer can be specified under the base 10 decimal numbers. Hexadecimal means base 16, octal means base 8. So, it is preceded by plus or minus symbol, means negative number as well as positive number, both the things are possible in this integer variables. So, integer values are going to store under this variable. As per this example, here they have given it 123 is a decimal number, it is going to store under $a. $a is nothing but a variable, the variable is going to store the decimal number. The variable can store a negative number, can also be stored a hexadecimal number. At the same time, it can also store a octal number. So, number is a concept. Integers are nothing but numbers are going to store under this variable. Floating points. Floating point numbers, also known as floats, also known as doubles as well as real numbers. Here in the floating point numbers, fraction numbers are going to be calculated under this floating point numbers. In this variable, we are storing $a is equal to 1.234. See here, after 1, the fraction numbers are going to be stored under this variable. So, here 1 is an integer, 0.234 is a fraction. The whole thing is considered as a floating number. So, the floating point number is going to store under this variable. Similarly, here also 4e exponentiation of minus 10. This is going to store under this floating point numbers. The third one, string. Strings are the sequence of characters. It can hold the letters, numbers or special characters, whatever it may be. So, we can conclude it as in a quotes, single quotes or double quotes we are going to execute it for the string. If you are specifying anything under single quote or double quote, that is considered as string. So, the strings are going to store under some variables. Strings are nothing but it is a collection of letters, numbers as well as special characters. The next data type is arrays. Array is a variable that can hold more than one value at a time. More than one value at a time, at the same time it can store similar kind of value at a time. It is useful to aggregate the series of related items. What is the meaning of related items? A similar kind of items can be stored under this array, so we can make it as a series. Set of countries or set of city names, these things are, you can store it under array. Even for your marks also you can store it under array. Then array is formally defined as indexed collection of data values. There may be an index that is going to search, otherwise store the values in that array. The searching element is index. So, we can call it as key. The searching element of the array is unique as well as it is used as a reference point. The next concept is object. Object data type. Object is also be a data type. It allows to store the data. How to process that data, the information that can be defined by this object. Object is a specific instant. For a class, it is a specific instant. It can serve as a template. It is created on the basis of template via a new keyword, new followed by object name. That has been given. In this example, the object has been given new followed by the class name. The next one is null. Null data type. The special value data type it is special data type. It is null value. It is going to represent the empty values in the variables. It never stores any kind of data. Any kind of data means it may not be an integer, it may not be a string or anything. Null is only empty. So, we can call it as null data type. So, finally, I want to conclude it. We are having integers, doubles, booleans, null, strings, arrays, objects as well as resources or the data types in PHP. Thank you.